Hello everyone. I welcome you all for today's session on duties and responsibilities or the job description of housekeeping staff. I am Chavi Sahai. I work as an assistant professor at AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology. The learning objective of today's session are to learn about the duties and responsibilities, or in other terms, the job description of following housekeeping staff in detail. We will learn about the job description of the executive housekeeper, floor supervisor, linen room supervisor, the room attendants, and the public area attendants. First, we will discuss the duties and responsibilities of the executive housekeeper. In the previous video, we have discussed about the roles of various housekeeping staff briefly. In this presentation, we are going to discuss it in details. So, executive housekeeper is the head of the housekeeping department and has control over the entire department. She would be responsible for the actions of the entire staff of housekeeping. They do not handle the day-to-day cleaning tasks. For that, the supervisors are there, but they oversee the cleaning tasks. The specific responsibilities that they have is they supervise all housekeeping employees and assign regular duties. They head the department. They are responsible for the cleanliness, the orderliness, and the appearance of the entire hotel. They establish and implement the standard operating procedures, or how we call them as SOPs in short. These are some standard methods by which we do a certain task. There will be SOPs regarding how we make a bed, SOPs regarding how we clean the bathroom, or how we clean an elevator, how do we clean the mirrors, etc. And what would be the schedule. So these things are called as SOPs. Then they plan and coordinate the activities of housekeeping supervisors and attendants, as in what will they do in their entire shift. They conduct the daily briefing of supervisors or executives. The briefing of room attendants is done by the supervisors. And on a daily basis, they audit or they inspect the areas to ensure that the standards of the hotel are met with, as in whatever the standards are set, that everybody is following them. They take care of the inventory management, which includes maintaining the power stock. Power stock we are going to discuss in the subsequent videos in detail. Power stock of guest supplies, cleaning supplies, linen and uniform, etc. For you to understand power stock would be a minimum quantity required to run the operation of housekeeping on a daily basis very smoothly. Then they plan and schedule for spring cleaning, that is the thorough cleaning of difficult areas or not to be done on a regular basis. They plan for that. They plan for the pest control, and they perform the audit also of the same, whether the spring cleaning is happening properly or not, and the pest control is happening properly or not. They have furthermore many duties and responsibilities. They check the reports which are prepared by the supervisors. They plan, control, and supervise the horticultural activities, which is the green lawns and the plants that are there in the entire hotel. They perform regular market surveys for all new products. Every day we have new products coming in the market. So they just keep a check so that anything which might be useful in the hotel, they will place an order for that. They coordinate the preventive maintenance schedule of rooms and public area with the maintenance department. They attend and resolve guest complaints. There are a couple of complaints that happen, so the executive housekeeper makes it a point to go and probably meet with the guest and apologize and see to it that the loop is closed and the corrective action is taken for whatever the reason the complaint happened. They ensure that compliance to the lost and found procedure is there. Whatever procedure is set in place, people are following that. They approve of all supply requisitions. Anything we order from the store, that has to be approved by the executive housekeeper. They organize inventories with the accounts, general store for linen, uniform, and other fixed assets for the housekeeping department. They also assist the purchase department in selecting various items related to housekeeping. They perform administrative tasks like the tasks of HR, which is hiring of new employees, training of new employees, and evaluating everybody's performance. They also take disciplinary action when policies are not followed. They also complete financial management tasks such as preparing the budget and making sure that budget is adhered to. Or in other words, the budget control is also in their hand. Next, we come to the duties and responsibilities or the job description of a floor supervisor. Floor supervisor is a middle management position. Floor supervisors perform a leadership role and some managerial responsibilities also, such as they delegate the work, they manage the employees, they also manage the inventory of supplies and cleaning agents, etc. on the floor. They are involved in the overall supervision of the floor, and they ensure that servicing of rooms on the guest floor is carried out in an appropriate manner. They coordinate the daily housekeeping operations, and they ensure that all the standard operating procedures are followed. They are also responsible for supervising room attendants, and it is their main job to ensure that an excellent guest experience is achieved. Specific duties and responsibilities would be delegation of daily cleaning of rooms. They allocate the rooms to the attendants, and they ensure deep cleaning tasks are also assigned to the team members. The supervisor is in charge of inspecting and ensuring that all room cleaning work is done as per the standards of the hotel. They inspect the hygiene and sanitation level of the entire floor. Supervisor supervises all the room attendants. He trains them, he grooms them on how to maintain the cleaning standards at all time. The floor supervisor might also check in on guests and address any needs that they have. He checks the occupied room, the departure room, and gives special attention to the guests' needs. They ensure that the entire operation of housekeeping is followed as per the standards. They ensure that lost and found procedures are followed properly. They manage guest requests, including the VIP amenities, and they inform the room attendants about those special requests as well. They report any maintenance issues to the engineering department. They assist the housekeeping in charge or the executive housekeeper for any training requirements. If any training is required, they conduct the same. They comply with all the hotel security regulations, the fire regulations, and all health and safety rules that are there. They also assist the other departments if the need arises to ensure that we have a good working relationship in the hotel. Next, we come to the linen room supervisor's job description. A linen room supervisor is responsible to oversee the team of linen and uniform attendants that they achieve the operational objectives set by the hotel. They also set up standards and ensure that everybody follows them. Their specific duty and responsibility would be to maintain all the records and ensure that clean uniform from laundry is received, clean linen from the laundry is received, and it is arranged properly on the shelves and racks that are designed for them. They ensure that the food and beverage outlet issue the linen as per the requisition. Usually, There's a system in place wherein they get the clean linen, the table covers, the napkins, etc., against the dirty ones that they give. The linen room supervisor also ensures a clean and tidy linen room at all times. Means it is always set properly. That is his responsibility. And they report to the executive housekeeper if any item has been damaged, because linen is very expensive, uniforms are very expensive. So if any damage is noticed by them, they inform the executive housekeeper. They ensure that linen and uniforms are stored properly, a record is kept, and staff hands over any damaged linen or uniform, etc., which can be mended to the tailor. Tailor is also a part of the linen room staff. They ensure that proper procedure is followed when linen or uniform needs to be discarded. So anything which belongs to the hotel, be it linen or uniform, when it is discarded, there's a standard procedure set in place. They ensure that it is followed. They also make sure that linen is ordered and controlled according to the occupancy that is there in the hotel and any events that will take place. They also make sure that team members follow all health and safety regulations in the linen room. Moving ahead, we come to the job description of a room attendant. The room attendant reports to the housekeeping supervisor. They are responsible for cleaning and servicing guest rooms in order to provide a pleasant and comfortable experience for the guests. They address all guest queries politely and knowledgeably. They should be aware of their entire hotel and what are the services that are being offered. They must also ensure that privacy and confidentiality for the guests is maintained. In addition to addressing the queries and concerns of the guests, they also report maintenance issues or any other problems that they see in the rooms. This job is very labor intensive and requires them to stay on their feet for several hours. They interact with the guests sometimes, so it is very important for the room attendants that they represent the hotel in a positive light. They should not talk bad about the hotel with the guests. This job requires professionalism, customer service skills, and their ability to work within a team. Most housekeeping attendants work a typical 8-hour shift. This day's 8-hour shift day is filled with non-stop activity. Usually they are given 15 to 20 rooms to service in a day. These are very hard-working individuals. They ensure that messy rooms are miraculously spotless at the end of their shift. We leave the room dirty as guests, and once we come back, we find it shiny and sparkly. The room attendants attend the briefing with the supervisor at the beginning of their shift. They have to be properly groomed for that. The supervisor informs the attendants about anything that is important happening in their shift and also gives them their room assignments for the day. VIP, who's coming on your floor, any special event happening, any groups checking in, and so on. They have to ensure that room keys are handled very securely because all the guest belongings are there in the room. So safety is of utmost importance. Their specific responsibility include changing the bed linen, making beds, replacing used towels. They sweep and mop the floors. They vacuum the carpets. They empty the trash cans and the ashtrays. They dust and polish the furniture in the rooms. They replenish the amenities according to the hotel standards. Amenities would be things like soap, shampoo, stationery that we keep in the room. They restock the beverages and food item in the minibar. And the public area of on the floors like the corridors, the lift landing space, that also they clean. They return and restock the room attendant trolley at the end of the shift. They are responsible for services such as laundry drop off, as in they collect the laundry from the guest and give it in laundry for wash, and they collect it back as well. They have to deposit any item left behind by the guest to the lost and found of the department. They report any technical issues, any maintenance needs. They greet the guest always and address their queries on any services about the hotel. The room attendants receive a list of every room that they must clean during the shift. They note these rooms on their attendance sheets, that with what time have they cleaned the room, and maintain a proper record of it. Lastly, now we come to the duties and responsibilities of the public area attendant. A public area attendant is the person who's assigned a specific public area like lobby, banquet halls, or a restaurant, or the public area washrooms. So their job would include maintaining the area throughout the day, or if they are working in the night shift, to maintain it during the night shift. Specific duties of a public area attendant would be they clean and maintain all the public area assigned to them like lobby, restaurant, banquets, and public restrooms. They sweep and mop the corridors, the elevators. They empty all the ashtrays and urns that are there in the lobby. They will polish all the furniture and fixture and do dusting throughout the day. They vacuum any carpets that are there, be it any rugs or a fully carpeted banquet hall. They would ensure that mirrors are kept clean and mark free. Usually at the lobby entrance, we have glass doors, and there are lots of finger marks because of heavy traffic coming throughout the day. People come and they open the doors and leave their finger marks. So it is the responsibility of the lobby attendant to keep cleaning it throughout the day. Then they ensure that all the supplies like toilet paper, soap, hand towels, etc. are always available in the public area washrooms. Since they are working in public area, the guests generally approach them for asking something. It might be to know the location of a restaurant, or how do they go up to the floor, or any inquiry. The public area attendant has to respond politely and knowledgeably about the query. And they also take care of all the cleaning equipment like scrubbing machine, vacuum cleaner, anything that is being used in the public area. Now, we will quickly summarize what we have learned in today's session. We've learned about the specific duties and responsibilities, or the job description of an executive housekeeper, a floor supervisor, a linen room supervisor, the room attendant, and also the public area attendant. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for listening to this session. I hope you enjoyed it. Please follow the link which is given in the description box and attempt the quiz on today's topic. I would also like to give credit to a couple of sites from where I have sourced some material for making this presentation. And once again, I would like to thank everybody for listening.